the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage and they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
So this was the first year that the AQ had an opportunity to be in the Wrightsville Beach Spearfishing Tournament. We definitely knew that we had to get out there and chase a W. We had a lot of great people on the boat. Mark and Luca unfortunately weren't able to be there on day one. Their buddy, Brian Davis, who died spearfishing, they were sinking a ship in his honor. It was up to Hunter and Brando and Carl to get out there on day one and try and knock it out of the park.
Day one of the tournament, unfortunately, I wasn't on the boat with the boys. One of my best friends had passed away spearfishing actually a couple years back, and that Friday we were sinking a ship in his name to create an artificial reef. Luckily, I was still it was in another pre-existing artificial reef, and so I was able to do a little bit of diving while we were waiting on the ship to actually get there and fill up with water and go down. So shot a grouper and a Spanish mackerel that day. I was able to weigh in something, but more importantly, I was able to actually see, you know, that process finally come to an end. You know, something that we've been looking forward to for 3 years now. And to finally see it go down was a really special day. And of course it happened during the tournament, but I wouldn't trade that day for anything else. You know, after he passed away, it definitely helped me realize that life is short, and what we're doing is fairly serious. You know, I mean, it's one mistake could end it all, and it's selfish to not take every step you possibly can to prepare. So having, you know, our boys out there, you know, to watch our backs, your life is in their hands and vice versa. And so I'm at the point now where I won't dive with anybody that I don't absolutely trust my life with. And every single one of the guys on the boat that day, I 100% trust my life with, and to watch my back.
Day one of the tournament, it was just me, Brando, and Carl Brubach on the boat. Mark, Luca, and Carl Wolf had other obligations and weren't able to make it. So I was really excited and a little bit nervous because it was my first year doing it, and I was on a boat full of killers, a boat full of past champions and past runner-ups. I knew I had my work cut out for me, but I was excited and ready to go. First thing in the morning, day one, we jumped in the water pretty early, did a couple drifts. I was able to shoot a 28-pound pompano and a 10-pound king mackerel. Right off the bat, I had checked both boxes in the pelagic category. And I knew from pulling from all the experience of the other guys on the boat, you want to weigh fish in each category. So right off the bat, weighing 2 pelagics, I was in a great spot for it being only an hour into the first day. After shooting some pompano, Ben found a ledge on the chart plotter that with the current and the way it was running, he was able to drop us on the top of the ledge and we could drift down the whole ledge, seeing fish the whole way. So I think it was first 2 drifts on the new ledge. First drift, I shot an 18-pound hogfish. Second drift, I shot a 22-pound grouper. It was 10:30 in the morning. I had 2 pelagics and 2 bottom fish already secured, and I knew I was sitting in a good spot. So after day 1, I was in the lead for free dive and for overall. I knew I was sitting all right, but I knew I needed a lobster, a sheep's head, a tautog to check all the other boxes that are available. We had Mark, Luca, and Carl Wolf adding to the team, so we're gonna have 6 spear fishermen, and I knew everyone was coming out guns blazing, you know, nipping at my heels, trying to get that tournament winning fish. I was really focused and I really wanted to better my pelagic total. Day 2 and day 3 were gonna be big days. I was excited to get out there and compete with everyone. All right, out of here.
Wow, that is really nice.
I'm just enjoying the beer.
It was early and we jumped in at basically dark. Yeah, it was spooky water for sure.
6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you needed you needed pelagics and I needed pelagics. Everybody was definitely jonesing, and we took a couple drops, didn't see anything. We came across this one spot where I was like, they're gonna be there, and I dropped on it, fully expecting them to be watching my back as everybody, you know, as we always do. You know, there was a current and everything like that. It was a little hazy viz, whatever, but I'm giving these guys free excuses. I drop down, I turn around and see a permit. Took a little bit of a long shot at him, spined it. As soon as it came tight though, it still had a lot of kick in it and it's shivering and kicking away. It took one initial run and then kind of swam back at me and then ran again, and what happened is my line back spooled on my reel and came tight and I was having trouble trying to get it undone. So I'm kind of panicking down there. You know, it's really early in the morning. We're all sleep deprived. It's day 2 of the tournament. I'm, you know, fully expecting my boys to be able to come down and help me out, you know, because I'm like waving for help and everything like that, trying to fix the situation, and it was not helping. And finally I just, you know, got to the point where I just was kind of panicking and swimming to the surface and just yanking on the thing, and wound up ripping the shaft clean back out of the fish. The fish swam straight onto the bottom and turned upside down.
Hey, help me out. Help me out, help me out. I just stoned a permit and pulled off. It's beneath me.
I came to the surface and all the boys are facing the other direction. Like, what, how far away?
It's a giant permit, he's on the bottom. Dive down and shoot it. Man, where were you guys? It's on the bottom. It's dead on the bottom. Where the were you guys? At a band tangle, I was getting drowned and nobody's watching me.
I was cussing at him for sure. I was pissed for not watching my back, because that situation could have been mitigated by somebody else swimming down with a fresh breath and helping me out, you know. And I was panicking a little bit, you know. That doesn't usually happen, and for that was the first time that has ever happened to me, thinking that they were just being, you know, negligent and just ignoring me, you know, frothing, trying to go kill their own fish. But Yeah, I don't know. You should clarify a little bit.
Yes, I watched you dive, and then we're gone. And then I'm
No
sitting there.
way, really?
I swear, yes. I watched you dive, and you disappeared. And then I'm sitting there, I'm not even kicking,
Yeah.
but we're still in the current, and you're
Yeah.
not, so you're down there.
See.
And then we end up over here, and you pop up here. It's what's f***ed up is that I lost you, but then I could see the fucking permit.
It was white. I know. On the bottom too. On the bottom. Yeah. Well, they turned around real quick, and Carl came right up and was trying to figure out what was happening, if I'm okay, and everything like that.
We had a pretty short conversation. It was, "Are you okay?" And he said he was okay, and then he also said there's a dead permit. So after that, we want to secure the fish after it had been shot, you know, for either of us in the tournament, and also just for the fact of we shot it, so we want to make sure we take it home with us. We're not just like killing fish for no reason. I kicked down a little bit through the murk layer, and then I saw the permit on the bottom, just white, shining.
And I'm glad that you were right there and dove down and were able to get that thing, because that thing was dead. So
Yeah.
It was nice, you know.
Yeah.
Fish tacos for later.
It's Carl's.
I don't know, we got rock, paper, scissors for it.
Yeah.
We didn't really know, but
Thought about a little game of rock, paper, scissors or something like that, but I decided in the end, if it were up to me, that fish was gone. It was not going in the ice box. You know, he was the one who secured the fish in the end, got it to the boat, threw it on ice. It's his fish. I'm totally cool with it. While we were competitors, you know, it's a friendly competition, and you know, in the end, we all got each other's back. So
yeah. Glad he was okay, and glad we got the fish back in the boat. So
yeah, for
that's
sure.
good.
All things worked out. So
Yeah.
cheers to that, man.
Yeah. Where are we? Day 3?
Day 3. I know it's all a blur at that point, but
Gulf Stream, Blue Water Day.
yeah.
Did a couple drifts with breakaway setups and big guns, looking for wahoo. We're just gonna go for broke, you know, go all the way out to the stream, and hopefully one of us will at least shoot a giant wahoo that could take home the trophy in the pelagic division.
I saw Carl take a drop down to like 40, 50 feet. So it's hard to tell in the blue water, but he had a shark swim straight up to him and then just vortexed by rainbow runners everywhere and just like platinum blue water. It was such a sick view from my perspective, you know, just looking top down. I just was taking it all in, not really moving, and watching all these rainbow runners just vortexing. You just sat there and it seemed like you like just took it all in for a little bit. You're like, weren't even worried about shooting anything, and then finally, I guess the one that made a wrong turn swam in front of you and plugged it.
So day 3 after drifting the blue water, we moved into a wreck closer to shore. Some of us needed grouper, some of us needed sheep's head. We were just seeing what was there. So after a few dives, there were some big groupers, but they were really timid, and we weren't able to close the distance on them. So Carl and I found a big sand tiger inside the wreck. We took turns swimming down and hanging out with him. It's always humbling to see those sharks on the wrecks, and they're really cool creatures, and to be able to get so close to them is a really cool experience and something that I love about diving around here. After the third day of diving, I still had not shot another fish from day one. I'd seen some other fish, but I didn't think they would better what I already had. So, you know, I was pretty nervous because I had been in first place after day one, and then after day two, and then now it was day three. And I'm looking at everyone else on the boat who had all shot fish, and I'm trying to do the math and trying to figure out where they stand, where I stand, and I really wasn't sure. I just knew that I probably wasn't in the lead. I felt a little disappointed after day three, not shooting anything that I needed to shoot and not bettering my total, but we got back to the dock, ran up there. I tried to throw a couple photos in the photo contest, and we all showered off and headed to the award ceremony. Going into this tournament, it was our goal to win the freedive division and the overall division. Walking up to the award ceremony, I had no idea where I stood. I knew that I was in first place after day one and day two, but I thought for sure I'd been passed and I was nowhere near the top. They start running through the awards. They called out the bottom fish division, and I ended up getting second place in the bottom fish division, which was pretty unexpected because I'd shot 2 big fish the first day, and I figured that I had no chance for that. So I was pretty excited about that. They skipped to the freedive division, and I ended up winning overall freediver. So I was really excited and surprised because, again, I was still standing on the fish that I'd shot first thing in the morning, first day of the tournament. Once they ran through the scuba division, I kind of knew where those guys stood. They started calling out the overall, and the person that had won the scuba division ended up getting second place overall. As they were breaking it down, everyone was starting to tell me I won, and I kind of couldn't believe it because I'd still only shot fish on the first morning of the first day. Being that it was my first year doing the tournament, I really didn't have any expectations. I'm pretty competitive, so I wanted to win, but I knew that there's a lot of luck involved, and there's a lot of really good spear fishermen in our community. So the week prior, I decided if I'd won anything, then I was going to walk up there and accept the award with my son, Diver. It was really humbling and just a great experience to be able to walk up there and accept the awards with my son. He's 18 months old, and his name is Diver, and he's going to be a future killer. Being able to win it all and do that with Diver was really special. It was really humbling, and I really like to thank everyone, Jed and Riceville Beach Brewery for throwing and hosting the event, Ben for taking us out on the AQ, the whole AQ crew that came along. We had a great experience. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to next year, and want to go back to back.
So just want to say thanks to everybody. We had a great time. Everyone had a blast. It was a great experience. We're ready to get back to it next year. Thank you to you guys. Thanks for your support. Don't forget, like, love, subscribe, and join us on our journey.